afternoon, my family, friends, clients, and everybody else. It's Daniel the Rust Buster up here in Providence, Rhode Island at Knott's with his 1970 Chevelle SS 4-speed. What a couple of days it's been. I really got into it, and this is where I ended up. We got the nose off of it, the motor's out. This is what I'm up against. This is some, it's like single stage paint. When I try to sand it off, it just gums up. I don't even see any primer on here. No evidence of primer. Maybe a little bit there, but for the rest of it, I don't know. But the whole sides were like this. And I got into over here, as you can see, and I got most of that stuff off, the blisters. I treated it with the Osmo. And I shot the whole thing with red oxide primer with fast acting reducer, and then came over with the flat black primer. And now we're ready to. She's sealed and treated, and now she's ready to get work. As you can see, I sliced this piece out. There was a scab hanging off of there. So I really didn't want to get cut up. So what I do is I just open it up, and now that I can see where I am, I'll start fabricating my inner lip repairs, the down low. I'll cut this off. I've got some material left from the other side when I cut it up, and it's got the radius on it. It's a really nice. Those are the pieces that I like to salvage. And speaking of salvage, as we got further and further into this whole trunk section, we've got a donor car next door. It's in the same building. It's a year different, but it's the same body, basically. And what we're going to do, I'm leaving here today within the hour, and I'm going to Norwich for the weekend, then East Hartford for the week. Now, while I'm doing that, Matt and the guys are going to bring the other Chevelle over, put it right here, so that I can work that one, get my measurements, take my parts, and graft them onto this. Hopefully by then the center panel will be here, and we're going back together. After I get that all tightened up, then this is what we do. This is how I go about it. It's pretty interesting. This is the seam for my fender that I hung. This is a new aftermarket fender. There's my seam on the inside. That hasn't been I haven't even really dressed it in. I'm going to start sanding it. I'm going to fill it with probably the icing filler. It is going to blend right in and disappear. That's the way I make my seams and fit them. And unless you're a concourse expert with X-ray vision, I don't want you to see that seam. It's just that's the way I make them up. You know how I am. I've said it 100 times, maybe not 100, but quite a few. I love my trunks. This one is incredibly clean. I don't know how everything else cancered out and was totally blown out. And here's the trunk. And the floor, it's beautiful. I got one little section over here that's going to be really easy to tie it in and make it look like it never happened. We got the usual little, couple of pops here and there. But this trunk is really going to clean up nice. When it's done, I'll hit it with the Flex Seal a couple times, get it very smooth, get it very flat, and they're going to come in probably with a speckle paint that they came with. Excuse me. The corners aren't so bad up here. Around the back of the windows, that's usually where they get a lot of holes and stuff. But everything is really very, 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 very workable on this one. So. When we look at this side, this is I always make my seams on a body line. I don't cut it up here in the field because as you're working it and you're adjusting it, it's going in and out. With an overlap, you're automatically going to use a lot of filler. so you can run anywhere you want. But when you're doing a butt weld like this, and I'm getting gaps down to 10 thousandths of an inch, that's really tight. A matchbook is 12 thousandths. So that's how close my cuts are. And so there it is. The body guys are going to take it from here. The owner's happy with it. We both looked at the line really close, and I got it obviously all in here and good to go. This door just got it was the same. It was the same as the other side, and this paint is really a pain in the ass to work. So I'm using my airboard, and for the past 2 days it's been rubbing and holding it up, and I'm getting a little sore with this kind of stuff. But I wanted to be where I wanted to be, and I got us there. So here we are. We're looking good. All I'm going, the owner's going to put the cross member, radiator support back on there. He's going to mock it up and just throw the fenders on there, so they're not underfoot. I can pop them off with like one bolt finger tight, get it onto the bench, tool it up, get all this cleaned up. This is really this drip pan. Got the drip pan inside, really clean. So this is gonna go really quick. Quick as far as this stuff goes. The cowl's looking good up here. There's only a couple of small holes, which is again unusual for this car. This is usually right here is where the Chevelles like to rust. Here and up here. I'm sure I'm going to find something up here. I see a little filler, so I'm going to find something. But this is very typical. And I've showed you this on the GTO, Danny's 68. They don't rust on that side, only on the passenger side. The GTOs, the Chevelle, Olds 442. The cowl here is always higher than here. You can see the difference. It's off by just about, I don't know, 1/8 of an inch. When they put the adhesive on and the windshield in, it gets really tight here, but there's always just enough